What is going on, everybody? So I am back today to do a review of a season of television. And if you had not seen my review, right when the beginning of season 3 of Ted Lasso started, I had just started watching the show. I watched the first 2 seasons all the way through, shot a review, and gave my thoughts on the first 2 seasons. And if you had not seen that video, my thoughts on the show are it's very good. I really love it a lot. I think it's very unconventional to a lot of modern television, where it is a show that is completely and totally wholehearted. There's a lot of empathy in the show, a lot of compassion towards other people. It's clearly a show promoting the importance of acknowledging mental health issues. There's really great relationship dynamics written between the characters. And so going into season 3, there was some uncertainty as to whether or not this would be the final season of Ted Lasso, what was going on, because this is like one of the most popular shows that exists right now. The watch numbers from what I was looking at online are absolutely insane. And so I was really excited to watch season 3 because I really loved the first 2 seasons. And if you haven't seen the first 2 seasons of the show, or the show at all, I would highly recommend even just getting Apple TV to watch the show, because it's completely worth it just to watch the series. But I really loved this season. I feel like there was a lot of people who were being very hard on it, and I still think that this is some of the best television writing that I've ever seen. And I'm not going to go down each avenue of each character arc and everything that happens throughout the season, because as those of you who aren't aware, Ted Lasso is a show about a guy from Kansas named Ted, who him and his assistant coach, Coach Beard, get called up by an English football team, and they are asked to come coach after winning this high school football championship. So they're kind of like confused as to why. They go out there. Ted, as you find out, one of the reasons why he does it is because he's going through a divorce with his wife. They're going through a separation. He has a young boy who's living in the States, but he's trying to give her some space so that he can let her make a decision as to what she wants to do with her life. So he moves to England, starts coaching this soccer team, and he knows nothing about soccer. He doesn't know anything about the sport. And of course, his unconventional coaching style helps them win some games. They fall apart at points, but the people grow to love him, and he helps them grow as people. And that's really what the third season is all about, is these characters that we've grown to know and love through 2 seasons, really kind of finitely building as people, and each one of them getting a character arc that gets them to the point that they need to be. And in the second season, Rebecca's character, who is the owner of AFC Richmond, she got a really great arc and kind of cemented where she is in her life. And I think that like she's also there, similarly to Ted's character, as like a mentor for people, and is really helping build them up when she finally gets to where she needs to be. And that's one of the things I love about the show, is that with each character, the further you get into the series, whenever they've reached their peak, or they've, got to the point where things are resolved, to where they're at a period in their life that they can start helping other people, that's what the show ends up using them for, is as a guide or as a mentor for another person. And that doesn't necessarily mean that every single problem that they have is fixed either. It's really great the way that all these little interpersonal relationships are written. And I saw some people say that there were a lot of side arcs that were written for this season and things that didn't really make any sense. But to me, it just felt like real life. When I'm watching this show, it feels like a slice of life, because the thing is, there's been some big blowouts in the show. There's been some things that have created immense amounts of tension. But at the same time, there doesn't need to be a big thing in this show, because that's not what it's about. Ted Lasso is about compassion. It's about empathy. It's about caring for other people. And that's what all of these episodes are. They're all examining one character or another. There's plot arcs in this season about people being comfortable coming out with their sexuality in the professional sports world, which is a thing that we're still watching now. The amount of openly gay players in the NFL in the United States is like very minimal, and you wonder how many people are afraid to come out as a gay person in the NFL. And that's a really amazing plot arc that plays out through this season. You have these beautiful blossoming friendships between people, and how these relationships build. You have men being dominant in this industry of professional sports like football, and how they take advantage of their positions of power. I could go on and on with all of the different important issues that Ted Lasso has tackled throughout the seasons, and especially in this third season. And I just really enjoyed every second of this show. I think that it is so well done. Jason Sudeikis is absolutely incredible as Ted Lasso in this show. I think it just kind of shows his versatility as an actor. And he's this fun loving, bubbly guy, but there's so much more underneath the surface that the show unpacks in a way that is so well written. All of the other characters in the show, which I could go on and on and on and on about every single character that's in this show, but they all do a phenomenal job, and no stone is left unturned when it comes to these characters. The show does leave enough to where if they really wanted to come back and do more later on, they 100% could do more. I don't think it necessarily needs more. Would I love to see more with these characters in another series or a spin-off? 100%, because I think they're all such lovable characters that are so well written. There's so much to say about a show that can just live in a world of compassion and understanding and empathy, that the world needs to see things like that. They need to watch things that show human beings being good. And I could kill for way more of this show, but where it's at, where it ends in the third season, I think that they did a really great job giving closure to these characters, doing what they needed to do with the show. And I love this show. I'm going to be very excited to revisit it in the future. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. Season 3 was great to me. I really disagreed with a lot of the issues that a lot of people had. I didn't see that. I didn't really feel that when I was watching episodes. I was just as excited week after week to watch more. And if there is spin-offs, count me in. I'll be very excited to watch it. But if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, this is my glowing recommendation to go watch the show. So if you've seen Ted Lasso Season 3, did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I thought it gave great closure to the characters. And if there ever is more, I'll be excited to watch it. As always, if you like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.